Beneath fields of corn and soybean, just across the Mississippi River from modern-day St. Louis, lies the ghost of a city. A city that once pulsed with life, rivaling the great urban centers of its time. Not Rome. Not Tenochtitlan. This was Cahokia. A metropolis built by hands that understood the earth, creating monumental structures that still defy easy explanation. How could such a vibrant, complex society simply vanish? Its story is etched in the soil. A testament to ambition, ingenuity, and a sudden, profound silence. Our journey begins around 1000 CE, at a place of immense natural bounty. The confluence. Where the mighty Mississippi, Missouri, and Illinois rivers converge, creating incredibly fertile floodplains. This was the heartland of the Mississippian culture, a civilization that mastered its environment. They didn't merely inhabit the land, they transformed it. It was here, in this watery cradle, that the seeds of a truly extraordinary urban center were sown. A strategic location. A fertile foundation. The perfect stage for a civilization to ascend. From scattered settlements, something remarkable began to emerge. A deliberate act of collective will. Cahokia wasn't a gradual accretion, it was a planned undertaking, growing rapidly from roughly 1000 CE onwards. People flocked to this burgeoning center, drawn by opportunity, by community, by a shared vision. What force, what promise, could compel so many to abandon their traditional ways and dedicate themselves to building something on such an unimaginable scale? The very act of its creation is a marvel. An intricate dance of labor and design. At its peak, around 1050 to 1200 CE, Cahokia was a sprawling metropolis unlike any other in North America. Estimates suggest a population of 10,000 to 20,000 residents within its core. But the greater Cahokia region? Perhaps up to 40,000. It wasn't just a large village, it was an urban powerhouse. 6 square miles of organized living, ceremonial spaces, and monumental architecture. A feat of human organization and engineering that remained unparalleled north of Mexico for centuries. A testament to indigenous complexity. Dominating the cityscape was Monks Mound. A structure of staggering proportions. 100 feet tall. A base covering 14 acres. Larger than the Great Pyramid of Giza in terms of basal area. This was no mere hill. It was the largest earthen pyramid in North America, meticulously constructed by hand, basket load by basket load. Imagine the sheer dedication. The organized labor. The unified vision required to raise such a colossal monument. It stood as the spiritual and political heart of Cahokia. A truly awe-inspiring sight. But Monks Mound was not alone. The Cahokian landscape was dotted with over 120 earthen mounds, each serving a specific purpose. Some were platform mounds, supporting temples or elite residences. Others were conical, marking sacred burial sites. Still others served as boundary markers or ceremonial plazas. Each mound a silent sentinel, a testament to a highly organized society with a profound connection to their cosmology and their ancestors. What secrets do these ancient mounds still hold? What stories whisper from their earthen depths? The construction of Cahokia's earthworks was an engineering marvel, requiring not only immense labor but sophisticated planning. Imagine thousands of people, organized into work gangs, moving millions of cubic feet of earth. This wasn't chaotic digging, it was a coordinated effort, guided by an understanding of geometry, astronomy, and soil mechanics. Their knowledge, passed down through generations, allowed them to shape the very landscape to their will. A testament to communal effort. A legacy of human ingenuity. Their methods remain largely a mystery. Cahokia was far from a simple egalitarian society. It was complex, stratified. There was a clear hierarchy, likely led by powerful chiefs or priests residing atop Monks Mound. Evidence suggests specialized labor, with distinct roles for artisans, farmers, and laborers. This sophisticated social structure allowed for the coordination of massive public works and the efficient management of resources. Who held the true power in Cahokia? What were the daily lives of those at the bottom of its social pyramid? The answers are elusive. Cahokia was a hub of artistic and technological innovation. Its artisans were skilled potters, producing intricate vessels for daily use and ceremonial purposes. Flint knappers created finely crafted tools and weapons, some of exquisite beauty. Coppersmiths worked native copper, sourced from hundreds of miles away, transforming it into ornate plates and emblems, symbols of status and power. These weren't mere crafts, they were expressions of a vibrant culture, demonstrating specialized knowledge and trade relationships across vast distances. Each artifact a whisper from the past. Sustaining a city of tens of thousands required an agricultural revolution. The Cahokians were sophisticated farmers, harnessing the fertility of the floodplains. Maize, or corn, was their staple, cultivated alongside squash, beans, and sunflowers. Their agricultural surplus supported the urban population, allowing for specialization and the creation of monumental works. But reliance on a single primary crop, like maize, could also be a vulnerability. What happens when the bounty falters? What if the earth itself refuses to yield? Cahokia was not an isolated kingdom. It was a nexus. Its trade network stretched across much of North America, connecting the city to distant peoples and resources. Copper from the Great Lakes. Chert from the Ozarks. Mica from the Appalachians. Seashells from the Gulf Coast. These exotic materials flowed into Cahokia, transformed by its artisans, and sometimes traded outwards again. This extensive commerce speaks of diplomatic relations, established roots, and a powerful influence that radiated far beyond its city limits. A testament to its regional dominance. Beyond the mounds, Cahokia's ceremonial life was deeply intertwined with the cosmos. Woodhinge, a series of large timber circles, functioned as an accurate solar calendar and ceremonial observatory. It tracked solstices and equinoxes, guiding agricultural cycles and important rituals. The city was meticulously planned around these astronomical alignments, connecting daily life to the vast celestial dance. What complex belief systems were practiced within these circles of wood? What prayers were uttered, what ceremonies performed, under the watchful eye of the sun? For centuries, Cahokia flourished. A beacon of civilization. A thriving urban center sustained by innovation, organized labor, and extensive networks. Its people lived, loved, worked, and worshipped within its monumental embrace. It was a vibrant tapestry of life, woven with the threads of agriculture, artistry, and spirituality. Imagine the bustling plazas, the smoke rising from thousands of hearths, the chanting from atop the mounds. A living, breathing city. A testament to human endeavor. But even the grandest empires faced trials. And Cahokia's zenith would not last forever. Then, subtly at first, something shifted. By the early 1200s, archaeologists note a significant change. A palisade, a massive defensive stockade made of over 20,000 logs, was erected around the ceremonial core of the city. Not once, but 4 times it was rebuilt. Why? Was it against external threats, or internal strife? This massive investment of labor suggests a growing sense of unease. A city once open and expansive, now felt the need to wall itself off. The first ominous signs. The whispers of an impending end. By 1350 CE, Cahokia, once a pulsating heart of North America, was largely abandoned. The bustling plazas fell silent. The hearths grew cold. The fields lay untended. Within a relatively short span, a city of tens of thousands simply emptied out. It wasn't destroyed by invasion. There's no evidence of a catastrophic event. It simply ceased to be. Its people didn't vanish from the face of the earth, they dispersed. But the central question remains, what profound forces compelled this mass exodus? What unraveled the fabric of such a grand society? The abandonment of Cahokia remains one of North America's greatest archaeological mysteries. There is no single, easy answer. The truth is likely a complex interplay of factors, a convergence of pressures that ultimately proved too great. Like pieces of a shattered mosaic, archaeologists piece together clues, but the full picture eludes us. Was it a dramatic collapse, or a slow, agonizing exodus? The question hangs heavy in the air, echoing across the centuries. A profound puzzle. A silent testament to the fragility of even the greatest civilizations. One prominent theory points to environmental degradation. A city of Cahokia's size required immense resources. Extensive deforestation was necessary for construction, fuel, and agriculture, leading to soil erosion. The fertile floodplains may have become less productive. Changing climate patterns, perhaps extended droughts or increased flooding, could have exacerbated these issues. Did the very success of Cahokia sow the seeds of its own destruction by overtaxing its natural environment? A tragic irony, if true. The Earth, slowly, reclaiming its own. Beyond environmental damage, simple resource strain may have played a critical role. A large, dense population required vast amounts of food. While sophisticated farmers, they may have simply outgrown their capacity to sustain everyone locally. Overhunting of local game, depletion of firewood, and strain on water sources would have created immense pressure. The promise of the fertile confluence eventually turning into its burden. Did the very growth that defined Cahokia become its undoing? A hungry city. A finite world. Internal strife cannot be ruled out. As resources dwindled and population pressures mounted, social and political tensions could have escalated. Competition for dwindling food or power might have led to internal conflicts. The constant rebuilding of the palisade, remember, speaks of a need for defense, whether from external enemies or divisions within. A fracturing society. A leadership losing its grip. Could the intricate social structure that built Cahokia ultimately be torn apart by its own success? The human element. Always unpredictable. Dense urban populations are particularly vulnerable to disease. The close proximity of thousands could have facilitated the rapid spread of pathogens, decimating the population. Such an epidemic could trigger mass panic and migration. Or perhaps the abandonment was a more gradual, spiritual decision. A collective realization that the sacred energy of the place had shifted, compelling its people to seek new, less burdened lands. A slow dispersal, seeking new beginnings. The final chapter. Unwritten, but deeply felt. Cahokia stands today as a haunting reminder of North America's rich indigenous past. A testament to a sophisticated society that rose to astonishing heights, only to recede into the shadows of history. Its monumental earthworks, built without metal tools or wheeled vehicles, still stand, silent witnesses to its glory and its fall. The definitive answer to its abandonment may forever remain just beyond our grasp. But in its enduring mystery, Cahokia continues to speak to us, urging us to consider the delicate balance between human ambition and the natural world. What lessons does it hold for our own future?